All right, go ahead. Questions for Jared?
Coach, just overall effort tonight?
Yeah, loved it. Loved it. I thought we worked really hard. It's a good game. It was a really good hockey game from our guys. I think puck possession, the scoring chances we created, ozone time was fantastic. And I thought we did a nice job, especially, for the bulk of the game of getting in and out of our zone. We kind of gave up the home run mistake a couple times early. But I just felt like the way we were playing that we'd have a chance to sort of stick in that game, and that even though we had to work for all of our chances a lot harder than the ones we gave them, I think early in the game, the guys did a nice job sticking with it and just chipping away and finding a way to win the hockey game.
Coach, Nate called out the second line of Brock Nelson, Nichushkin, Jonathan Drouin in particular. What do you think about them tonight?
Well, what a start. I mean, right from the drop of the puck, right? Brock hits a post right away, then they end up scoring a couple goals. Dangerous, and I think that line, as they get to know each other and grow and find some chemistry, that's just good instinctual hockey. But that line was really good. Obviously, Val has a huge night, but Brock has a lot to do with that. As did Drew. I thought that was Drew's best game in a while. So I really liked the way that line looked, which is great because, we know you need four lines. And we didn't have any passengers tonight. Our guys played hard. Sam Malinsky had one of his best games in a long time. I would say, that was a really strong performance. We did have those handful of mistakes. We'll correct them. And you can't even, fault Blackie on any of those goals against. Normally he'd come up with a big save or two there. He didn't tonight, but he was resilient and stuck with it, and made some big saves in the third period to keep us in striking distance, and then eventually we ended up getting rewarded.
Coach, St. Louis game, you said we're not high-flying offense anymore. 28 goals, 5 games since then. Obviously, Val has come back. What else has kind of changed in the squad?
Nothing tactically, okay? Well, I shouldn't say that. Our structure, what we talk about at the start of the year is still the same. There's nuances to it depending on the opponent, but I just feel like we've really been stressing a shot mentality. If we break a team down, even if it's just one pass, one play, that if we have shooting lanes to take our shots, okay? And that kind of starts with a lot of low to high plays to our D. Well, tonight our D had 12 shot attempts in the first period, 10 in the second. I think that was a total of 15 on net out of 22 or 14 on net out of 22, and we were getting to the net. Val's goal is a prime example. Manson shot it, came around, and Lindgren shot it, and we're going to the net for the tip. We created quite a bit of chaos at the net tonight. We couldn't come up with all those pucks, but it's something that's repeatable, and it should look like that throughout our lineup. Even the top line has to do that a little bit, even though they're a little bit more of a possession group. Just fighting to the interior of the ice and staying in an attack mentality. But in order to be that dangerous, you still got to get out of your zone well. You got to get through the neutral zone well. You got to create a good forecheck if you don't have some on the rush. So I think we've, over the course of some of these wins, we've done a better job in all those areas, which has helped us.
Coach, Nate MacKinnon is a point away from 1,000 for his career. I guess,
Yeah.
Are there any more superlatives, or it's just hard to describe what he's meant to this team?
Well, he continues to impress me. He does, because when I first came here, he was battling to try to hit 100 points, and he's grown a lot as a player, as a leader. The consistency, the way he's dangerous, every time he touches the ice. And then, the last couple of years here, he is at 100 points again now, and we still got a lot of games to play, So that continues to impress me, because it's hard. I mean, we have some really good players on this team, and we've seen how hard it is to just get points and to score, and it's a tough league, but he still finds a way every night to get on the board and make an impact on the offensive side, all while being a good defender and growing his defensive game too.
Do you think the identity of the team has changed since the trade deadline?
Yeah, it's going to change. Yeah, 100%. It's going to change. It should change, because we're built different. Like, we are big and strong and long in the middle of the ice now. You got Nate and fast. Like, so we're still a fast team, but we added some size, and that's hard to play against. Like, you got Brock Nelson out there who's long and can skate and make plays, but he's still a big body guy. Coyle's a big body guy. Lindgren helps on the back end. Mance comes back in. Val comes back in. Like, if you look at, like, I looked at it this morning, just what our lineup looks like right now compared to what, and nothing against these guys. They all played hard and played well for us, but look, take any game with the injuries that we had and just look at the depth of our lineup now compared to then. It's a different ball game, and we should treat it differently. We should expect more. We should have higher expectations. The standard we should be pushing the standard from here to the end of the year to get our game as good as it can possibly be.
Intimidating?
What's that?
More intimidating?
Well, we're gonna be hard to play against. That's a good example. That's a really good hockey team over there that's playing well, and we're gonna be a handful going through our whole lineup.
You have a couple of healthy scratches up front in VC and Wood that could be everyday NHLers.
Yep.
To have someone like Parker Kelly, I guess, was that the type of game that keeps him in the lineup where he's just throwing his body around on every shift?
So center is a different responsibility. He's played center. It's I think it reminds me a little of Colton. Okay, so Colton is a wrecking ball again tonight, and part of those two guys' game and part of their strengths coming here before they move to the center position is they're really good forecheckers, physical, can get into people, slashing onto pucks in the neutrals, and they're putting heat on the defense all the time. And, part of that game has to go away when you're down low all the way at the goal line in the D zone, because you're a whole zone behind your wingers, right? So you don't get to be F1 or F2 as much on the forecheck when you're playing center. And I think it's part of their strength. So we talked to Parker about it. Cogs talked to him. I talked to him about what we want to see, and I thought he played his game to a T tonight. He was physical. He was on pucks. He was hard to handle in all those areas, right? So we're going to see we're going to see a different sort of style from Parker Kelly on the wing than we did at center.
Is it nice to have the bottom six guys now have players kind of breathing down their necks, fighting for ice time to kind of keep them playing that way? Or?
So it's twofold, because we're going to have players sitting out that probably have never sat out for us. Like, we've never scratched or had Woody miss a game that wasn't due to injury, right? And so it can be, it's not a comfortable situation, right? And I don't like telling those guys are out, because he's not out because of his performance. He's been playing great, okay? But we have depth for the first time all year. We're gonna use it, and we're gonna figure out sort of our best combinations as best we can down the stretch here. And so I want to keep everyone involved, including all the D and the forwards, but it's not comfortable for them because they want to play, but I'm trying to get them to think big picture, where we're trying to go, what we're trying to do. If someone's banged up, they'll come out. We don't have to play guys through injuries, and I hope all of them elevate their game to try and stay in. That's the whole idea. That's what you're missing throughout the course of the year when you're banged up like we were. Everyone's playing. If they don't play great, then they're still playing again, So I like that we're in the business of winning. There should be pressure to perform well outside of just your contract or fan base, media. You should want to have to push yourself to be your best on a nightly basis to help your team and to stay in the lineup. I think it can be a positive thing.
Coach, you weren't expecting a perfect game tonight, but with the two guys coming in, Brock got to skate yesterday, but altitude, all of those, did they hit the expectations that you had for them for their first game?
Yeah. Yes.
Or more?
Yeah, they were really good. They helped immediately. like Brock had a heck of a game, like he was all over the puck and helping Val get those points. And I mean, he was a really good player tonight, I think. And as he settles in, especially on the defensive side of things, when he doesn't have to think, like when he gets used to our structure. I think offense, it's a little bit more universal, when it comes to team. But expectations or responsibilities defensively, sometimes you got to think a little bit more when it's a new system. So he's going to get better there, which is going to help him be better at the other end of the rink. And Charlie was good too, and he makes a big play to Drouin to get that goal. Like he can play on both sides of the puck too. So I liked what those guys did tonight for sure.
Why did you like Simolinski's night so much?
I liked his skating and he took care of the puck. Like he wheeled the net, he skated the puck, he was using his first pass, limited the turnovers in the D's. On our half of the rink, he limited the turnovers, and yet there was still like a little aggression to his game on the defending side, which I want to keep trying to drive out of him because I think he can get more like physical and quicker to close guys out in the D zone. And I thought he had a great night. It was a nice game.
Goal is obviously always to win, but just how significant has it been to capitalize on this homestand?
Yeah, I think it's important. I mean, because the teams that are chasing us aren't losing either, So we have to continue to take care of our own business, and hopefully they run out of runway.
Coach, we've talked about the importance of Val Nichushkin many times before, but 3 goals tonight. Just what can you say about his performance here tonight and just what he does for the lineup in general?
Well, I mean, he does a little bit of everything, right? And he's relied on in all situations. Like he's first power play now again. He's penalty killing. I mean, we've talked about it to death, but I thought his game was outstanding. He was in. What Val's able to do with his size and strength is like you see it. He gets a little opening in the offensive zone, and he's taking it to the house. It's hard to get in there and come up with pucks, and then when you get it, he's able to protect it and bring it to the interior of the ice. So like and so is Brock. They with their size and skating and their hands and ability, like they're getting to the areas of the ice where goals are going to be scored more often than a lot of guys.
When Val's going like that, I mean, is he, in your eyes, a top 10, top 15 player in the league?
Yeah, like I don't know about the number, but I think he's elite. One of the best in the league 200-foot players. That's like, there's guys that come to mind. Some of them play different positions. Like I think Barkov, Eichel, and like you're trying to find big wingers like that. Like he's one of those guys. Like to me, he's one of the top 200-foot players in the game.
Last question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
What can you say about playing with Coyle?
Yeah, we didn't play together today, but that was a hell of a play by him. Obviously, he's a very good player. I've watched him for quite a bit, so I used to watch him when he was going to Boston University, so it's cool to get a pass from him.
How nice is it to have both of the new center acquisitions get paid?
Yeah, no, I thought Nelly played super well, especially that's a very good team on the other side that lost against Vegas, a game they didn't like, so I thought they had pop in the first, they were playing well. We liked their game, a couple of mistakes from us, and I thought we were better defending in the last 2 years, but Nelson and Coyle and all the new guys played well.
What do you think allowed you guys to pull away in the third like that? It was such a tight game like you mentioned.
Yeah, I felt like we had the momentum offensively. We had a lot more ozone time than they did. It's easy to say. We was kind of just sticking to that, and hopefully we got traffic. Nate, that was a hell of a shot at power play by Nate, but I thought we played well in the third too. We were on them, except a couple of shifts in the middle part of it, but it was a good game overall.
What does it say about this team's resilience to pull this one out?
Yeah, obviously with all the new guys, sometimes it's a little different. You don't have a feel with all the guys yet, but I thought the whole team played well. We're close to a full 60 against a very good team. But yeah, you could tell even after the second, we weren't chasing something. We just had to keep playing the same way. We're going to get the result.
I mean, obviously the goal is always to win,
Yep.
but how big has it been to capitalize on this homestand?
Yeah, no, definitely. That was a big part of it. We lost those 2 first games coming out of the break, and we didn't like those. So coming home for, I think it's 6 games, we got 1 more left. We got to finish off on the right foot.
MacKinnon.
We're a better group, I don't think, and it's nice to start off with a win and be a part of it. So I'm pretty excited.
How nice is it to pick up a point in your debut and just kind of, I don't know, shake that off and get a little more comfortable with it?
Well, it can help build confidence. You know, you want to help contribute right away, but I just want to make sure I play my game and do what I have to do to help our line, help our team win. So you always want to help contribute, but you want to do it the right way. So I'm just trying to do it that way. And but of course it helps to, you know, get a first one and contribute and feel a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, just I don't know. I was pretty tired, honestly. I just kind of ripped it, and it went in a perfect spot. So, yeah, you know, we had some decent looks out there, and on the power play, you know, wasn't our, like I said, it wasn't our best execution-wise tonight for whatever reason, but we got the job done, and you know, obviously Val with a hat trick is amazing. He's been so good since he's been back. I don't think we've lost, so you know, he definitely deserved that big night.
You just said it wasn't your guys' best process night. How big of a confidence booster is it with the new group in here? Like you said, it was really fun to watch that second line. Don't have your best effort, but still find a way to get the win. Is that just? Well,
just our line didn't have our best effort. The team played great overall. I thought, you know, we were pretty good defensively tonight against our top line, but definitely offensively we didn't generate a ton. But you know, all three other lines were great and generated a ton of chances. Obviously, you know, great pass from Charlie to Drew. You know, Nelly played unreal, so it's fun to see those guys contribute right away.
I think after that St. Louis game, Jared said you guys aren't the high-flying offense anymore. You guys have 28 goals in 5 games since then. What has flipped?
I think the power play. I mean, the power play's on a heater for sure. That's important. You need that to win in the playoffs. And but yeah, we are. You know, Betsy's you know, into analytics and tells us, and you know, last segment we played really well. Defensively and offensively, we were top 3 in both categories. So we figured the goals were going to come eventually, and the wins would start to pile up eventually if we keep going like that. So yeah, it's been good homestand so far.
I mean, you obviously weren't expecting a perfect game with all the new guys on the ice, and you guys, this is kind of the first game that you all played together. You kind of just waiting, hoping that's going to work out.
Yeah,
kind of pretty quickly.
I mean, these guys are both 33 years old, and you know, they've been in the league a long time, so it's great to get some veterans in. Honestly, you know, they come in, they're chatting, they're getting to know everybody. They're not shy at all, and they've been around, and they're great players. And same thing with the Rangers guys, and you know, I could go on, Carolina, the goalies, everybody. So it's a big change, and it's pretty cool how well we played, though. I think, you know, I don't think Charlie's even skated yet, and you know, it's a quick turnaround for those guys at altitude, but they look great.
How cool is it to see AJ again today?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. You know, it's like he never left. We still keep in touch all the time, and you know, obviously he lives here, so goes back to his estate in Cherry Hills, and he's happy for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to get involved in the offense for sure, and I think our line had a pretty good start there, but cleaned up a couple things defensively. But yeah, I thought we had some good chemistry.
Feeling the altitude today?
A little bit, yeah, a couple times, first couple periods. So we felt a little bit better in the third, and I'm sure I'll get better each day. So not too bad, but nice getting game action.
Brock, it was starting to come out the last 24 hours or so that there were a lot of teams that were trying to trade for you, and you had chosen Colorado. You were preferred coming here. What was it about this team that you felt was a fit?
I don't know. I mean, just I've known Taser for a bit. I've talked to him a bit over the years too, just a little bit about style and play and whatnot. And yeah, I mean, you never really know when that situation arises what's going to happen. But to be a part of this group, I think it's going to be a good fit, and just trying to mesh as fast as I can and be a good support guy for them.
It's been a whirlwind of 48 hours. How does battling it out for a win with this group help to bring you guys closer even quicker?
Yeah, I think that the last couple of days have been pretty crazy. I'm sure same for Charlie too. For me, yeah, I mean, being on a road trip, finding out, traveling here, just trying to get acclimated with the guys, getting a practice in, a little mix and match with the gear, and it's nice to just get out there and play and not worry about anything else and kind of quiet down the noise. Obviously, there's a lot going on, a lot of things going through your head emotionally, lots of people reaching out on both sides, so to be able to just go out there and play what with the guys and what feels natural is nice.
First game being at home, how was it?
It was awesome. This is a great place to play. Electric atmosphere. I think you saw that again tonight. The altitude's was affecting me a little bit, but nice kind of get out there. And it's a big win for us.
Last couple for Brock, please.
Thanks, Brock. Thanks,